Good morning, guys. So, continuing on with the shop, getting down to the last bits, I guess. Um, so this video is going to be finishing out the grinding room, which is something I need to get done. So, you saw a little intro time lapse there of framing out the windows or trimming out the windows. Um, as you can see up there, the windows are done. Fully trimmed out, painted. So this wall is complete. I have more plywood there. But yeah, this video is going to be finishing out the grinding room. What that's going to be is building a bench in there, getting the walls finished up, painted the rest of the way, getting a door installed. So I picked up a door. It's not installed, it's just standing there. So I'm going to be picking up a door or getting a door installed, getting the bench built, getting the paint done, getting my machines in there and set up and ready to go. And that'll be it. So thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. And let's get to work. So the plywood that's over there is actually for another job that I'm working on. The first sheet is for me. That's going to be for my bench. But there's actually birch plywood behind there. I'm going to be doing some cabinets. I have some doors that I'm working on here. Yeah, so I have other work in the shop that I'm working on. This is for tiny houses that I'm building. These are some reclaimed doors, I guess. They were doors off of from a house. They were being removed for whatever reason. And I am turning them into barn door style. So they have the hardware installed on there. And then basically what I'm doing is filling in all the holes with epoxy, and then we're going to convert this into a slider style. So there will be a plate that's going to get mounted here on these. And then there's going to be mirrors going in there. Yeah, this is all stuff for the cabinets that are going to be in the kitchen, a little stove, some slide out shelves. So, yeah, you see I have a door. This is actually an exterior door. They didn't have an interior door that had a window in it like this. They did, but it was a full one, and it was also unpainted. So I'm like, I don't want to go through the extra trouble of having to paint the door, and I don't need a full glass door. So this is good. I'm gonna end up putting the same, this is a 32-inch door. I'll end up putting the same style door on the CNC room, but it'll be one that swings open this way to the wall. This door is a right-hand swing, so it opens that way to the wall. Yeah, so I guess I gotta get that moved out of the way, or maybe that could be the first thing I install. I don't know. We'll see. So I also picked up the handles and lock sets. So basically this is just there's no lock or anything on this handle. It's just, it's a haul-in closet one. But it kind of matches the one that I installed on the door over there. And then there will be a deadbolt. I don't really think that I'll ever need to lock these rooms, but I got the deadbolt just in case. And then this is the type where it has the smart key, so you can match your key. So all the keys, all the locks will be the same key for this room, and the shop, which none of it really matters until I get a barn door built, which that's going to be coming up before long too. Huh, Skull? Yeah? Oh boy. Good boy, good boy. All right, so I got all of the staples and little plastic clips and everything that's on the door to protect it removed, and the door is sitting in place. And looking at this, it's pretty close to level, just sitting in there. I'm trying to find some shims. I had a pack of shims around here, so I have to locate that before I can start screwing this in. You can see there's a bit of a gap down there, so I might just make some shims with some scraps that I have, and up here is kind of tight. Yeah, that's a little weird because I thought all of that was level when I put it in. So we will continue. Yeah, let me get the door open and I'll get some clamps on here to hold all this straight with the wall. All right, so I just have a couple clamps on here right now. Normally, if I was putting a door in, I would be doing a silicone under the threshold, but since this is an interior door, or since it's going inside, I don't think I need that. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this squared up, and this top corner here is pretty tight, so that's where I'm gonna start, and then I'm gonna put my first screw in here. So normally when you buy one of these case doors, there's always a screw that's left out on the hinges. So when they send you the pack of screws, there's long screws that are in there. That long screw is intended to go in here on the hinge, so that anchors the hinges very securely for the door to be secure. And then if you end up doing additional screws, normally what people do is they'll pull this weather stripping back, and then they'll put a screw in back there. So on this side, for instance, there's no hinges obviously, but you still want to put screws in. So you pull this weather stripping back and you drive in your screw behind there, and then you don't see any screws. But I'm definitely going to need some shims for this. So if I cannot find them, then this is just going to have one screw in it for now. All right, so that is done. I had to do a little modification there because the latch plate, for whatever reason, was like a 1/4 inch too high. I don't understand because this is like a prefab door, so everything should line up. And I also had to space this out just a little bit more because it was kind of bowed right here. So anyway, it's on now. Door is done. Of course, I'll need to get trim on the inside and outside. What I'm going to be starting on next is building the bench. So I'm going to be doing a 2x6 frame, basically just like I'm doing a frame on a wall. I don't think I'm going to go 16-inch on center. I'll probably do 24-inch on center. And it's basically going to go from wall to wall, and it's going to come out 2 feet. So that'll be the next step. Building that frame up and then getting it in here and anchoring it to the wall. All right, so I got all these seams sanded, and then I'm gonna go ahead and put a coat of paint on the walls. I did a little bit here just because I was painting something else and I had some leftover paint, so that's why this little part's painted. So I'm gonna go ahead and get a coat of paint on the wall. It'll probably end up, needing another one before long. And then I'm gonna get started on building the bench. All right, so I had just enough paint to get one coat on here. Ran out, so I'll have to get more. Yeah, at least it has one coat. So now I'm getting ready to start working on the bench, and I'm gonna make this bench be at a 36-inch height. So right now I have my laser at 35¼ inch, and I'm going to go ahead and mark this so that I know where the bench is going to mount to the wall. And I did 35¼ because I'm using 3/4 inch plywood to top it, so that way it will be right at 36. So I guess we'll see how crooked my block wall is once I try and put a piece of plywood against it. Alrighty, so that is up, and this thing is super solid. I probably didn't need to use 2x6s, but I wanted it to be extra beefy because I'm going to have a drill press, a portaband, a radial grinder. All that stuff's going to be sitting on here, and it's pretty heavy. So I just wanted to make it very strong, something that I wouldn't have to worry about. If you saw at the end of the time lapse, I was laying on it, and I'm like 280 pounds, so I don't think all my other stuff weighs that much, but we'll see. I think it'll be good. So next step is going to be getting the plywood cut and then get it mounted on here. And this is all going to get painted eventually. And then I think I may add a lower shelf down here just because I have a lot of attachments for my grinder. So I want to have some place that I can store them. But we'll see how it goes. And then the other thing too is I'm not totally sure how I'm going to do the ceiling in here. I was initially thinking I was going to do like tongue and groove pine, something like that. But now I'm thinking maybe I'm just going to do drywall just to have it, you know, cleaner. Just because there will be a lot of grinding dust floating around in here. So it will stick to everything. So if I had a drywall ceiling, it would be a lot easier to just keep clean. In the case of, you know, the grinding dust. So we'll see. I don't think I'm going to get to that in this video anyway. That corner looks tight. There we go. All right. Yeah, that's not actually too bad. Maybe these two bricks ran a little bit, or blocks, but that's pretty close. I like it. All right, let me get this thing nailed down and then probably run some caulking around all the sides because this is going to get painted just to make it easier to clean. Again, grinding dust. I don't know. Maybe I'll just leave it raw. I don't know. But that's pretty much the bench. All right, painting. Putting a new coat of paint on my pipes for my bike. I've been working on my bike a lot lately. Had to do like a major overhaul on the brake system. Yeah, it's a whole nother mess. So, grinder room. I got the bench painted. Actually, it's still wet. It looks a little shiny over there. So bench is painted. I have my grinder in here, and I need to do another coat. I have to get more paint. I had a little bit of paint left, and I used that to paint this. But I need to get more paint for the walls. You can still see all the pencil lines from where I was marking out where the beams were. That's pretty funny. So yeah, getting more paint and then continue, and then yeah, the ceiling. So I wanted to chat for a second. First off, I want to say thank you guys for everyone that's subscribed to me. I hit 1,000 subscribers, which is the threshold point for YouTube to become a YouTube partner. Basically, that's the point where you can monetize your channel, and you also get a lot more exposure, I guess. So once you get to that point, then your videos will be shown to a wider audience, I guess it is. And then that's when your channel can hopefully grow more. So I hit my 1,000 subscribers, which is awesome. Thank you again. But one of the other things that you have to have is 4,000 hours viewed in a 12-month period. And I'm at like 3,850. So if like 100 people can watch like 3 of my videos, then that'll be about enough, I think, to put it over 4,000. So, or just put play out and let it play in the background and like turn the volume off. That's okay. I just need to get past the 4,000 views, and then once you do that, it doesn't matter if it goes below. As long as you hit it, then you'll be reviewed for YouTube partnership. So just let videos keep playing. Thanks. Oh man, now I'm back to doing drywall again. So, boy, I almost dropped my phone. Put it on widescreen. So insulation's up, and first sheet of drywall is up. Basically, it's just 2 sheets should fill this. I think it's like right at 8 feet or within an inch or 2 of 8 feet. I don't know if it's over or under. I got to measure still. But I decided to just go with drywall in this room. Like I was saying, I decided to just go with drywall in this room just because I wanted to do tongue and groove or something like that. And it was just too much money right now for me to spend on this room. I just want to get this room done so it's functional and I guess as close to finish as possible. So I decided to go with drywall just because it's like 28 bucks a sheet, so like under 60 bucks I can do that. The insulation was like $40 for 1 roll, and 1 roll did all of that. And I even did the first row out here too. So, and I have 1 more roll down here. So I'm actually going to be doing all of this area up here as well. That's also going to get drywall, so that basically when I will do tongue and groove in the shop, most likely pine, and when I do that, it's basically going to go to this wall, and then it'll stop and it'll just, you know, cut up to that wall. So this section above the stairs is going to be drywall. So let me get back to this one. It's Thursday night, by the way. That's why I'm trying to finish this up so that I can put this video out tomorrow morning. So hopefully I make it in time. We'll see. Of course it doesn't fit. That's the problem when doing angles. Alright, I guess I gotta take it back down. trim the end. What, boys? Oh my gosh. I know. It's almost time to eat, huh? You guys are just so excited. Okay. Go on, go back to the house. Hey. Hey, look, I got my pipes done on my bike. I also got the brakes done. Well, I removed the ABS, but don't tell Harley that. Okay, so I worked a little bit off camera, and I did some mudding. And I put the light back up temporarily. Of course, this is going to have to be sanded and probably a little bit of mudding again, and then painted. I don't know when that's going to happen because it's not super important to me. I wanted to get this room set up and functional. You can see the equipment that I moved in here. It's my portaband. It has a foot pedal to turn it on and off, my drill press, a radial grinder, and my 2x72 grinder. This is the variable speed control for the grinder. Yeah, this stuff may move around a little bit. I have to do some cord management. Of course, get the cover plates on. Still need to do another coat of paint in here, but I just want to get this place like usable. I have a couple knives that I started and I really want to get them finished up. So this room is now in a usable state. It's kind of surprising, like how quiet it is in here. I can still hear the coqui frogs a little bit. Then again, there's, you know, no trim here yet on the doors. And some point down the road, I probably will put a fan in here, some kind of a vent fan similar to what's in the main shop. Just because if I'm in here grinding all day, there's going to be a lot of dust and debris and stuff. Eventually, I'd actually like to get an air cleaner and hang it up here from the ceiling, like one of those jet or the WEN units. So that'll be down the road. But in the meantime, I wear a respirator, you know, a mask when I'm grinding. So yeah, I'm going to call this good for now. I know there's still work to be done, but yeah. All right, guys, so that's going to wrap up this video. Let me walk out of here because it's, thanks, Jerry. It's kind of echoey in there right now. But I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this video and call it a night. It's time to eat dinner. I'm hungry. I think it's like 6. Oh my God, Jerry. Go away, Jerry. Nobody likes you anymore. He's just turned into such an a-hole. Anyway, yeah, that's going to be the end of this video. The grinding room, finishing out the grinding room. I know it's not completely done, but it's pretty much done. It's usable. So down the road, I'll just do an update, you know, in another video once I finish it out fully and I get it set up and I start using it and I see how I need to rearrange things, you know, for workflow and whatnot. And then I'm also probably going to end up building some kind of storage shelves down below the bench because I have a bunch of different attachments and stuff for my 2x72. And then I also have like abrasive belts, discs, you know, all that kind of stuff. I want to be able to store in there and not have them get covered in grinding dust every time I'm grinding something. So that'll be stuff that's going to need to be figured out down the road. But again, I'm rambling on. Have a good night, everyone. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. And I'll see you on the next video. Aloha.